So, what do doctors need to know about life insurance? Hi, I'm Claire from the Yanowitz law firm, where we've been helping families plan their estates since 1993. Okay, let's get started. So, a common question that I get from clients is how much life insurance do I need? And I wanted to make a video to talk about that today. So, first of all, physicians are oftentimes in the unique situation of they have a really long on ramp in getting educated. And then all of a sudden, they go through a transition to making quite a bit of money. And as a result, sometimes as they're transitioning from resident to full consultant, they might be at a period of time where they have a lot of debt, student loans. They may have a large mortgage. They may have car debt. And they may also be married at this point with children. And so when we're thinking about how much life insurance is important, it's important to consider if you are the breadwinner and your spouse is a homemaker. It's especially important to consider because if you were to pass away, your family would lose a large part of their income source potentially. And not only that, when considering your debt, that debt is likely going to have to be paid off at your passing. So when we think about life insurance, it's important to think about not only how much would my family need to sustain themselves in a transition if I wasn't here, but also considering that a lot of your current assets could be sucked up to pay for your debt. Those are all things to think about when we're thinking about how much life insurance we need. Another thing to consider when we're thinking about life insurance is whether you're going to owe estate taxes at your death. And we have a Minnesota estate tax presently, we have a federal estate tax. So oftentimes, for clients who have larger estates, we can create projections to say, okay, based upon your current asset level, this is how much you're going to owe in estate taxes at death. And we then examine their assets and figure out you might have a lot of assets, but they might be illiquid assets. So if you have them tied up in real estate, or if you're a business owner and you own business, so you have a big estate, but you don't easily have assets to pay the estate, that's where life insurance can come into play and be very helpful. They also can be helpful in the business setting in buying out a partner. So let's say maybe you're an executive, a medical professional, maybe you own a dental practice and you have a partner. And if you were to die, you want to own the practice entirely. In that case, you might want to look into if you're not able to just buy half of the practice at a moment's notice, or that would be uncomfortable for your family. In that case, you might want to purchase life insurance on your partner, or you might want to have a company-owned life insurance. So those are a couple of things to consider. Now, when we think about buying life insurance, something that is important to consider is who should be the owner of that policy. Now, when someone passes away, the death benefit of that life insurance is includable in the owner's estate. So if I have life insurance on my life that I own, at my death, the total value of that death benefit, let's say it's $1 million, all of that is subject to Minnesota estate taxes. So sometimes a trick that people use with life insurance is they create irrevocable life insurance trusts. And how these work on a basic level is have the life insurance owned directly by this irrevocable trust. And then the death benefits at the insured's death are payable to that trust. And the really handy thing about these life insurance trusts is those death benefits are not included in your estate. So basically, when the life insurance is transferred to the irrevocable trust, it's valued at that moment. And that is what's deemed as the transfer value. And that is a lot less than what the death benefit is. Before life insurance blossoms, death per se, it's worth a lot less while the insured person is alive. This is a really handy technique that a lot of physicians and dentists use to reduce their size of their estate, but also take care of these very important needs with paying off debt, making sure their family is taken care of, especially if the breadwinner is no longer able to win that bread for the family, and also to purchase the practice from a partner or pay estate tax. Thank you so much for paying attention. If you want to learn more about estate planning, hit the subscribe button so you can learn more about estate planning and life insurance. Thank you.